Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is honestly a bit interesting because I started this channel a year ago, I think, ish. Because I feel like I was in like a similar energy last year where I just felt like, it's time. I really have to do this. I've been wanting to do this. So here we are again, even though I posted a few videos and then never posted again. But to be completely transparent, I recently went through something that left my heart feeling quite heavy, and I'm trying to proactively work on that and not let that be something that gets me into a very dark place. I definitely like lost myself for the past few months, but knowing that the new year's coming, but also even if the new year wasn't coming and we were like in the middle of the year, I do think it's important that I don't let myself sink into negative feelings. And I think everything that I went through, honestly, if anything, like the biggest lesson I learned is that I need to come back to myself because I did lose myself, and just I was living for the hope of it all. That's all I can think right now. Today I have been putting myself in different energy, and I've been very intentional on trying to think ahead in a positive light, knowing that I can create a better life for myself and that I can get back to a place where I'm healing and mentally feeling so much better. And honestly, I woke up this morning and I did my little morning routine, which I hadn't done in like a while. So like I meditated, I journaled. It took a lot of convincing, but I got myself up and went to the gym. I didn't do like a lot or a long time at the gym, but just the simple fact that I got myself up and got myself to go is what matters. So I did that, and then honestly I've been just binging and catching up on Vlogmas, Steph Burr's vlogs from this year, because she's definitely my comfort watch and she's been helping my heart feel a little less heavy. And honestly it's also been very motivational because I don't know, the way she is and how her life is, it's always just been very comforting to me, and she kind of lives like the life that I want to live, if I'm being honest, and like parts of it. And so watching that has been really like watching her has been inspiring me to like figure out like what do I want to work on, what do I want to change, and like how do I want my next year to go, like how do I want 2025 to go. I feel like I have so many things that I always strive for, and I might start but then I stop, and I want to figure out like how I want the next year to go and figure out how I can get myself to work towards any of these goals and all that stuff. And really like I want to finally make the year my year, because I feel like I keep having years where I say this is gonna be my year, and at some points it does feel like, oh, this is my year, like amazing things have happened. And if I think back on this year as well, like it wasn't easy, specifically like the later half, but I did manifest quite a lot of things on my vision board from this year. And even though like there was some hard moments, those hard moments came with like good moments as well, and like beautiful experiences, things that I'm happy that I experienced. Even if it didn't end in like the way that I would have wanted to, I still experienced things that I wanted to, and so I'm very grateful for that. And I'm excited to have more moments like that in the next year, but I know I want to come at 2025 from a more healed perspective, and just allowing myself to heal and become who I want to be, because then that way I can appreciate my life more and the beautiful things that are happening, and also not settle for things that are not good for me. That's a huge thing. I don't want to settle for things that are not meant for me in 2025, because they're not meant for me. So I'd rather like catch it when I realize it's not good for me. I'd rather let it go of it as soon as I realize that, rather than trying to settle for it and make myself think like it'll get better. But anyway, that's going into like a big tangent. But so right now I'm gonna finish a video that I was starting to watch, and then I'm gonna do some journal prompts that I found on Instagram for like to journal about before creating like a vision board, because I really want to get clear. I already made like a bit of a list of like things that I want in 2025, what I want to do and stuff, but I want to get more clear on it. And yeah, so that's gonna be like what this video is. It's me goal setting, reflecting, and all that stuff. And I have 2 weeks off of work paid, which is great. So these next 2 weeks I really want to hone in on getting to a place where I'm allowing myself to heal and figure out how I want to move forward, because what I've recently went through, it's really recent, like less than a week ago, but I've also been in like heavy energy for like the past few weeks, and now that what was keeping my energy that way is released, I obviously am still going through like the healing, but while doing that I want to get my energy right and I'm feeling ready to do that. So yeah, that's what this video is gonna be, and we'll see how these next 2 weeks go. This video is not going to be all the 2 weeks. I don't even know. I haven't really thought really much on if this is going to be like a one-day vlog or if I'm going to do like over the week and then this will be the video. But we'll see. All I know is we're goal planning, reflecting, and yeah, I'm excited.
And keeping them these days. You think that if it's not 100% perfection, it's a lost cause, but I'm here to say that that could not be further from the truth.
Okay guys, I just sat down. I put on a really cozy robe that's my mom's, and because I just wanted to get comfy, and also I was kind of cold but I didn't want to put on a sweater. But yeah, so I'm cozy in this. I have my journal, and like I said, I had already wrote down some stuff earlier of what I want for next year, but I'm going to do more in-depth journaling and reflecting and intention setting for the new year. And yeah, but I'm also watching a video right now. I'm watching a Devin video. She's also another creator that I really like, Devin Nicole, and yeah, her videos are also very comforting, and so I'm watching her prep with me for 2025 video before I go into more of my journaling, just because I think it'll inspire me. Yeah, I definitely think it'll inspire me, and yeah, so I'm very excited. Part of me hesitated on saying that because again, I'm doing all this with a bit of a heavy heart. But as much as like I have a heavy heart, one thing that I keep noticing is that now that I've let go of what was keeping me down, my nervous system is so at peace and so calm. And as much as like I might still be in my head a bit and my heart might be heavy, my nervous system is the most relaxed that it's been in weeks. And that is like so great. And so I am excited for the changes that I'll be making, and I am excited for this healing journey that I'm gonna go on. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna watch this video, do more of this, and then I'll be back and we can discuss what I have wrote and journaled about, and yeah, all the changes that I'm planning to make and how I'm gonna become the better version of me, the best version of me, and manifest this life for myself that I want, and my healing and everything. Yeah, there's a lot that's in my mind right now, and yeah, but we will see.
It's getting a relaxer or straightening it all the time, or you know, whatever it is. This is a day that I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am leaving to...
Okay, I apologize if you can hear my heater. I wanted to sit in this corner because I thought it would look really cozy and cute, the tree, but the heater is right behind me, so you could probably hear it, but I'm sorry. I answered a couple of the journaling questions that I talked about in my journal, but then I kind of didn't feel like writing, and so I was like, I feel like I can get my thoughts out better if I just talk about the goals that I want. Well, first, like, I wrote down earlier just like some simple like goals and like resolutions that I guess that I have, but they're like also just like random things that I might want to do. And so the first thing I actually wrote is a trip to Charleston, South Carolina. I've been wanting to go there for like over a year now, and I wanted to go there for my birthday this year back in September, but I didn't. But I really think 2025 is the year that I do a solo trip there, and I'm really nervous about doing a solo trip because I've never done necessarily a solo trip. Like, I've gone on trips and did stuff by myself, but it was always in the sense of like for a concert. But I really think it would be very healing. It's where I feel the most drawn to go at the moment. And yeah, so a trip to Charleston, South Carolina. I'm thinking like maybe around May, because I googled and it said that April to May, or like sometime in September, whatever, is like the best time to go. But I don't want to wait all the way until September. As much as like I would love to do it as a birthday trip, I don't want to wait 9 months, because honestly I feel like I need the trip now. Like it would just feel very healing, but I'm not gonna go anytime soon, so May might be good. I also put content creation, I put YouTube, because here and there I've been in phases of like doing TikTok and like Instagram reels, and I'm trying to get back into that as well. But like my main, like what I want would be to do YouTube, and might even to do a podcast again, because I had one last year. So I have that on here. That's something that I really want to work on. And then getting into more hobbies, because I do believe I need to fill up my time with hobbies. I need to find something that I realized, I think I discovered this, or I realized this last night when I was talking with my mom just about everything that I'm going through. And I realized like I've been seeking this like fulfillment through connection with other people, whether that's friendships, relationship, but while doing that, it's definitely important to have connections, but I think I was using that as like what defines my fulfillment more so in the last few months, that it made me lose connection with myself. And I also wasn't doing anything outside of that. Like I wasn't cultivating any hobbies like I had tried to before. Like last year I remember I got back into acting, which was a childhood like hobby and passion of mine, and I got back into that and I did a semester of acting classes. So stuff like that where it's a hobby and it's fulfillment for me, and it makes me feel good, and it's not necessarily has me relying on like a connection to feel fulfillment, you know. So I want to get more into that. I've been telling myself I want to get into pottery, and it's crazy because one of my friends does pottery classes, and she did mention it before to me, and I have never taken her up on it, and like I definitely think that I should like join her. But definitely want to get into, I want to do like a pottery class. That's the only hobby I have written down right now, but I definitely want to discover more hobbies or just do more creative things, you know. Less scrolling. I don't like to scroll much anyway on like Instagram, TikTok and such. It doesn't feel good if I scroll for too long, so I honestly don't scroll for like long periods of time anyway, but I want to make it even more less. And if I am scrolling, I want it to be in more of like an intentional sense, whereas like if I'm scrolling for like finding like inspiration, or if the content that I'm watching is very, you know, I know that it's not gonna damage me or affect me, like, yeah. So that's that. I want to get out more, and get out of my comfort zone, try new things, even if I have to do it by myself, because that's my thing, is that I've always had like a fear of doing things alone, and I have a bit of social anxiety, but I've proven to myself before that I can do things on my own. I've proven to myself, like with the acting classes and stuff, like I've proven that I can do things by myself. And I'm getting a car soon. I should have it honestly within the next like couple weeks, hopefully, and with that I'll be able to get out more, because I'll have my own car. And so I want to go out, whether it's to a coffee shop, whether it's to a bookstore, or like just finding new places to explore. Like I want to do that even if I'm doing it by myself, and I actually think for what I'm currently going through, I think it might be healthy and healing to do it by myself. And also because like I would love to like document it as well. Like I think that would be really cute and like a nice vibe. So I want to do that while getting out of my comfort zone as well, which doing all of that on my own, it would be getting out of my comfort zone and trying new things. And yeah, so I have that there. Oh, and I want to drive more because I got my license only this year, and other than driving to like the gym or to work, when I have a car to use, I haven't driven much. And this is coming from someone who had years of driving anxiety, and so obviously I've proven to myself that I can do it because I got my license and I have driven places and I can drive places. But I want to drive more just to build that comfort and, you know, have it become something that's just like normal every day for me. And yeah, and I want to have a consistent fitness and wellness routine, and wellness that goes into fitness but also like mindfulness and spiritual routine. Like I just want to get to a point where I'm being consistent with the routines that make me feel good, because I've been there before. I felt very good, and I felt myself getting back to a routine around September when I was like taking care of myself, and and all that, then stuff happened and I fell out of that and again lost myself. And so I want to get back to the place that I feel like I was heading in. And yeah, so having a consistent routine when it comes to fitness, health, wellness, mindset, all that, that's definitely a priority goal. And I want to make new friends and new connections, because as much as I'm talking about like I don't want to rely on connections for fulfillment, they do help. And I think if I want to feel fulfilled within myself and my life on my own, but I would love to have connections and people to share that with. And I have felt at a standstill for a while when it comes to friendships, where I felt kind of alone in the sense of not feeling like I have many people that I'm fully aligned with and that I share the same hobbies and interests and stuff. And I want to meet new people that I feel like I do share a lot of stuff with, and that I can connect with them. And then I also have like finding love in a healed and healthy way, because I don't want to jump into anything knowing if I'm not ready for it. And I'm really just hoping that like finding love within myself, I know that it will then manifest love within friendships, relationship, and that is something that I do want. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't want to find love. I do very much, but I want to find it within myself first, and I know that will just help with finding a healthy love out there. And yeah, I also wrote randomly horseback riding. I want to do horseback riding. I wanted to do that this year as well, like for my birthday, but that didn't happen. And so I would love to do horseback riding, just as another small thing. And my camera's gonna die, so I just have to change the battery. I forgot I have another battery, so 1 second. Okay, I lied. I had to switch over to my camera on my phone because my other battery was not charged. So that's okay though. Grateful that I have a phone that I can use now. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yes, my goals. So horseback riding was like the last thing that I wrote. Just as a little thing that I would love to do next year. But yeah, I also, when I was watching a video from Devin Nicole, she said this quote in the beginning, and it really just like made me feel good, and I wanted to write it down. So what she says is, small but consistent changes can lead to lasting results. And no matter how many times I fall short, with every new day comes a new opportunity to recommit to yourself. My dog is barking. But I really, like, that's just like, it's so true, because like sometimes we think that like if we fell off that we can't get back on track, and that's not true. Like every day is a new day to recommit. For example, if I miss a workout, I don't want to then be like, oh, like so down about the fact that I missed a workout that it's harder for me to just get back and do it the next day. I just want to hold grace for myself and know that like it's okay, just get back to it now. And being consistent, even if that means you're not going full force each time, like the small changes are going to lead to the lasting results, rather than trying to make big changes when you don't fully feel ready. Like I do think that like if you start, like with what I'm currently feeling, I'm going at this at a pace that feels comfortable in the moment for what I'm like going through internally. Like I don't want to force myself out of how I'm feeling, because then I'm not really also healing or working on how I feel internally. Like I feel like I'm going at a slow pace, or not a slow pace, but kind of, but a pace that feels calm and relaxed for my nervous system, where it's like I can work towards these goals now while also healing the current state that my heart is at, rather than going full force on like, girl boss mode and ignoring that I have a bit of a heavy heart right now and I'm, going through things. Like I feel like there can be a healthy balance of working on your internal state while also putting in active steps to get out of that and achieve goals. Like there's a balance, and small but consistent changes will lead to lasting results. So I really liked that. And yeah, and I did answer a couple of the questions that I was talking about before I decided to just come on here and like talk it out. But what lessons from 2024 do I want to carry forward into 2025? And I pretty much wrote kind of what I was talking about already, but my connection to myself will impact my connection with others. Always come back to myself. I am my priority. I will not lose myself in order to make a connection work or stay. And if I have to lose myself for a connection, that connection is not for me. And while I was writing that, I was also thinking that, like, it doesn't always have to mean the connection's not for me, because a connection could be good for you, but if you're coming from an unhealed place, it could be your triggers and stuff that is making the connection feel very, like, not good. But that's why when I come from a healed place, if I feel like I have to change myself or lose myself in order to maintain a connection, or like, then I'm like, nope, this isn't for me. And I want to be able to catch that and be like, nope, I'm not acting like myself right now for this connection, or I can't be myself, and or I have to settle for less, or I have to change my standards or loosen my boundaries for this connection. Then it's not for me. This person's not for me. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean that they're a bad person. They're just not the one for me. And yeah, my relationship with myself is the most important. And yeah, so that's what I wrote for, like, 'cause that's the lesson that I'm currently working on and learning. And it kind of just, honestly, it goes into like love and relationships. Like, I want to go into a potential romantic connection knowing what it is that I deserve, and I don't want to settle for less. And anyone that makes me feel like I have to convince them to treat me how I deserve, or if I think that I have to settle for less, then that person's not for me, that relationship's not for me, the connection's not for me. And honestly, whatever in that moment might feel like a loss, in the end is a bigger win, because I'm letting go of that to make room for what is meant for me and what will make me feel how I deserve to feel, without me having to try and convince that, you know? So but that's gonna go into things that I don't necessarily want to go into. But yeah, so I have a lot more thinking to do, but I think overall, like, I want to go into 2025 just feeling more in tune with myself and knowing my worth and what I deserve, and like working towards things that will fulfill me in my life, and like work towards a life where my fulfillment, my happiness, and my love is coming from within and not from anywhere outside of myself. Yes, things outside of me will add to that, but like, that's what I want to be. And Steph, one of her videos that I was watching earlier, she described this, where she's right here within herself, her life, whatever. She doesn't want people or things in her life that are down here. She wants them to either be where she's at or be exceeding that. And that's what I want. I want to get myself to where I'm here, and I want my connections or anything in my life to either meet me there or exceed me and like inspire me to become even more, you know? I don't want to bring myself down to meet someone or anything. Like, no. I'm done doing that. I'm done settling or feeling like I have to prove my worth, or I'm done like lessening myself just so I get a sense of validation. And because that's not even validating when I think about it. Like, I'm lessening myself for someone else or for something else. Like, no. I want to really hone in on my power and who I am, and that's what will have me here. And then me being there and being so sure of myself and confident within myself and my abilities and working on myself and my life will just naturally magnetize the people and the things that are already here and that are meant for me to come into my life. And that's what I'm excited for, and I know that's possible for me, and so that's what I plan to work on in 2025, and I'm very excited about that. And yeah, but I'm going on a tangent now. I think what I'm gonna do, because what time is it? It's still so early in the day. It's only noon. It's 12:30 in the afternoon, and if I'm being completely honest, I don't know what to do. All I have I have another video to watch, because Steph uploaded another video today for her Vlogmas, so I have that to watch. I'm currently reading this book, Everything I Know About Love, because it's definitely the kind of book that I need for what I'm going through. And yes, so I can read more of this, and I really wish I could get out. I mean, I could like Uber somewhere, but I don't really feel like it. I don't have a car right now, so I can't do anything. But Yeah, I think honestly, like, just taking the rest of the day slowly and allowing myself to work more. That's what I want to do. I wanted to create my digital vision board. So I might do that today. I actually think I'll do that soon. And I might make myself a little snack and do my digital vision board. Because I'm going to do a physical vision board as well, which I'm actually, like, I think I already mentioned this, but like stuff on my vision board from this year did manifest into my reality, and like it feels so good to say that. So I'm excited to make the new one. My physical one will be made on a different day, but I do want to make a digital one on Pinterest. I had already started like putting a bunch of random stuff into a 2025 board, but I wasn't doing it in like a way that felt very like, I was kind of just like, oh, I like that, I like that, I like that. But I do want to go do it more intentionally and also like aesthetically. I want a specific vibe for it because I do like aesthetics and pretty things, and I want it to look a certain way because then I feel like I'll feel better looking at it. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna work on my digital vision board, and that will also help me get more clear on what I want my 2025 to look like. Steph's new video. Gonna make some samosas because they're my favorite, and then gonna work on the vision board. Okay, also I wanted to show you guys these cute gingerbread houses that my friends and I made a couple nights ago. Mine is like very small in comparison because my mom had got me it. It was like a little dog house, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't finish it, and I also ate the dog that came with it. But yeah, it was a night that I needed for healing, and so my mood was a bit all over the place, so I didn't finish it. But one of my friends, Illy, made this one. That's her roof, halfway done. And then my other friend Yami, this is hers. It was an Oreo one. I ate the Oreos. There was like Oreos on each side, but hers was really cool. And she also, this was her like man, or when she ate the head, but very cool. They're so just like cute. Like, let's see them all together. Cute little, let's make it like a little neighborhood. Oh my gosh, wait. That's actually so cute. You know? Oh my gosh. Little neighborhood. Aw. Guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. My energy got very low, and I've just been laying here, but I did edit so far all the clips that I have. So at least I was being proactive on this video still. But I had started watching a vlog because I was just like, I really lost like the momentum of like doing my digital vision board, which is what I was gonna do. I do still want to do it, and it's not even that I'm not looking forward to it, because I very much am. It's just very much like finding the images for it that I feel will spark like this excitement in me. Like, it's not that easy, because I don't want to just see an image and put it just because it's like, oh, that fits the goal. Like, I want to feel excited about it, and I want to kind of like curate it in a way that like looks good as well, and I'm just like struggling a bit with that. But I do want to work on it, so I think I'm gonna get myself to do it. It is 2:15 p.m. I was gonna give myself a time to start on the vision board, the digital vision board. I think I might. Y'all, I really need to do it. I really want to do it. I don't know what's going on. I think I just need to set the vibe more. I was gonna take a nap, but then I no longer feel like taking a nap. But this is the reality, I guess. This is the reality of, you know, going through something, trying to actively put myself in a better space. But like, you know, sometimes my mood or my energy is just gonna get low because I'm, you know, going through something and going through shifts internally and like the healing. But I do think I know what I'm gonna do, and I am gonna create this digital vision board, and I'm gonna show you guys bits of it once I finish. But that's just a little update, just to be transparent, that I just spent the last like almost 2 hours not working on it, even though I was planning to, but that's okay. and we're gonna get it done. I'm not ending this video without getting it done. I'm not ending today without getting it at least started. Honestly, I think if I make a coffee right now, it might motivate me. It'll be my second coffee of the day, which I don't really want to do, but you know, it's okay. For today, it's okay. This is my mug that I used earlier, so I'm gonna reuse it. It's so cute, just like a tree with snow on it, perfect for the times, you know? Also, I'm vegan, so we use almond creamer. Well, I prefer oat creamer. 222. I like that. I just saw 222 on the clock. But this is the only one we have, which I like this creamer, but I don't love it. But that's okay. That's okay. We're still grateful. You know, this is the weird thing about healing, is that I just felt such a big shift in my energy, honestly, since getting up after, like, when I was laying down for, like, and feeling like my energy went down and I got tired, and then I got up, made the coffee, and I suddenly felt a spark of motivation. But just 5 seconds ago, I thought about the fact that my energy shifted and I was feeling good, and then suddenly I got hit with a bit of sadness. That's the crazy thing about healing. It's like, I feel like it's just like back and forth. It's like whiplash a bit, but it's okay. It's a cute setup, okay. What's like the beauty of the digital vision board too, since I'm doing it on Pinterest, is that I have free will to continuously throughout the year add to it and remove from it. So I think like for example, like one of my areas that I'm going to focus on is travel, but so far I only have in my mind that I want to go to Charleston, and so that's going to go on there. But of course, anything else that comes up where I'm like, oh, I want to go here, I can add to it. And I love that, because obviously my physical vision board is going to be done a bit differently, because it's going to be physical, and I'm not going to want to be like, I'm not going to really be able to add to it once it's all made. But yeah, so far I have personal growth for an area which has to do with like my self-love, my self-worth, my fitness, wellness, spiritual, all those like routines, just, you know, things that are going to allow me to grow. And then I have love, and that's romantic, platonic, my friendships, family, like deepening my connections, and then of course wanting new connections. And then I have career, so that'll be like whatever, like content creation or my business, finances. And then I have hobbies / fun, so that'll be things that I mentioned, like the whole horseback riding or pottery, just doing new things like that, and creativity. And then travel. And there's gonna be other things that I add as well, but those are like the things that I'm focusing on right now, or that came to mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and start, and I'm excited to see when it's all finished.
But let me tell you why. I think he's the funniest. I think.
Okay, here's a quick little just scroll through of what my digital vision board is looking like so far. I started putting a bunch of quotes just because I was running out of like what kind of pictures I wanted to add. But have a Charleston photo, have some flowers, have some, you know, content stuff, travel, you know, love, friendships, personal growth, and like self-care stuff. Oh, and I also forgot one of my other like hobbies that I want to get into that I've been wanting to is badminton. So yeah, it's simple. There's nothing too crazy. I'm gonna add to it over time, of course. I'm gonna probably add more today, just as I look through Pinterest and like I see stuff, I'll like add, because again, like I said, like with Pinterest, that's what I like, is that I could add and remove like anything that I want as the year goes on. So it's nothing too strict right now. But I am happy with what I got so far. And yeah. So I think I am going to end the vlog here, because I've already touched on pretty much what I am working towards and why I even am doing this vlog. Again, I am going through a healing period, and I've been wanting to create content, and I think honestly like just before what I was going through ended, I had started to get that spark of motivation to do content again. I had created an Instagram reel. I remember just feeling like so like ready, and then the whole thing that I'm going through happened, and I think in some way, like, that is such divine timing, because me feeling like, okay, now I have to release this, I have to heal from this, sparked even more of my motivation and courage to film and to post content. And like, especially because something that always held me back before, and an old coach of mine, I remember on my first call with her talking about me wanting to do certain things but feeling like I'm not at the point in my life where I could share my thoughts on certain things, or like feeling like I wasn't evolved enough to be able to, whether it was like coaching and like, you know, when it came to like healing or whatnot. And she had told me, she was like, you don't always have, like, this isn't exactly what she said, but pretty much the gist of it, like the idea of it, is that I don't have to be at the end result to be speaking about things. I don't have to have accomplished something specific to speak about it. I do think it's important to be realistic and have people sharing throughout their journey. And that's something that I do want to do, is like sharing throughout my journey of healing and trying to create this life, because I think there's something really like cool about just seeing the authentic journey that people are going through. And because a lot of social media is definitely a highlight reel, like for sure, but I think that I want to show kind of like my journey of becoming the version of me that I want to be. And if it really took me having to go through something hard to make me feel for a moment that I hit rock bottom, and then that kind of like sparked up this motivation of like, nope, now it's really time for me to get my stuff together and really start becoming who I want to be and creating that life. I think it'll be really fun to just document that journey in like a realistic sense. And this was such a like mundane day in my life. Like, I have not left my house, but what I've done is take steps towards figuring out what I want my life to look like next year. And I've been putting myself in that energy rather than sinking into the like sadness that I could have allowed myself to sink into. And again, that does not mean I'm avoiding it, because I've already felt it. I've already felt the big sadness of what I went through. And each day it's been just me slowly but surely like allowing myself to feel it, but also healing from it. And that's what I really like. Again, like, I started recording this video without a full plan on what it was going to be, but I am glad that I did it, because it pushed me to just dip my toes into getting a feel on working on my life again and on myself. And I'm really excited for what the future holds, and I'm going to try my very best to stick with this journey. And like, yeah, it's going to be ups and downs, but like, because that's realistically how things are. But I hope that if you are going through something and you feel like you are ready to take the steps on healing and doing something that will make you become better, or that will make you feel better and create a better life for yourself, hopefully something I might have said or did in this video made you feel heard or seen and brought you some sort of like comfort, or like spark that like, hey, I could be going through something, but that doesn't mean that I have to let that control me and not do anything. So yeah. But thank you for watching. I said this in the beginning of the video, I have 2 weeks off of work, and since this video only happened for one day, I still have 2 weeks off basically. And so I'm gonna be hopefully documenting more of my healing and growth. I'm gonna try to be very intentional with that over these next 2 weeks, while I have all the free time in the world to heal. And like, you know, I want to jumpstart that. And yeah, and even if it's just like these mundane like vlogs, like daily vlogs, maybe I'll try and figure out some stuff to make it interesting and whatnot. But yeah, regardless, thank you for watching, if you did watch all of this. And 2025 is gonna be a great year. I'm putting it out there for me, for you. If we're very intentional about it, we can create the life that we want. We can heal from what we want to heal from. And I'm very excited for all of us. And yeah, so thank you again for watching. And hopefully I see you in another video that will hopefully be up soon. Again, still gonna figure it all out. I'm just doing this as a way of taking the action steps, even though I don't have full clarity. I don't want to wait till I have clarity. I want to just put in the action, knowing that clarity will come along the way. And yeah, this was fun though. And I'm gonna go now. Again, thank you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.